A zero-sum game is like a pizza pie. If someone gets too large a share of it, that means other people have to make do with smaller slices. That in itself is not a fallacy, but when people apply it to situations in which the supply is not limited, it becomes the false zero-sum game, which is a fallacy. This is committed every day. People suppose that the supply of wealth in the world is limited, and that poor people go hungry because rich people have grabbed too large a share of the world's wealth. Wrong. Wealth is not fixed. Wealth is created continuously. There is a lot more wealth in the world now than there was at the time of Alfred the Great. Whenever people engage in trade and exchange, wealth is created. Some people think that in any deal, the value of that which is changing hands, is fixed. And if one person gets more value, another person, the other party, must get less value. This is the false zero-sum game fallacy. It isn't like that. In an act of voluntary exchange, people trade because they put more value on what the other person has than what they have themselves. And when they swap, both of them gain value. So there isn't a loser, it's not a pizza pie, and wealth is created because both gain value from the deal. No, you may not take home a bucket of sand from the beach. There might be none left for the other children. Well, yes, if the supply of sand on the world's beaches were fixed and there were enough children with enough buckets, it might be true that they could diminish the supply available for someone else at some future date. But in fact, it's a false zero-sum game because the supply of sand is not limited. It is created continuously when rocks are crashed against by waves. You can always gain a popular hearing for this fallacy because it appeals to that most basic of human instincts, envy. We're all envious of those guys who've got more than we have. And you can raise a crowd to hysteria by suggesting that the reason they have so few goodies is that those rich guys have cornered too large a share of them. With a few rhetorical flourishes, you can even use it to justify pillaging and looting. After all, this is what governments do every day.
Madsen Pirie showing once more that if you know your fallacies, you can win every argument.